What up, guys? Well, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Monday, August 28th, 2017, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Answer Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. The 2017 MTV Video Music Awards Sunday was a mix of music and politics. The show, hosted by Katy Perry, began with a performance by Kendrick Lamar, who went into the award show with 8 nods, the most of any performer this year. It didn't take long for political statements to be part of the show. Soon after Lamar's performance, Paris Jackson took the stage to announce the winner of Best Pop Video. But before Jackson announced the winner, she referenced to the violent protests in Charlottesville, Virginia this month. Jackson said, "We must show these Nazis, white supremacist jerks in Charlottesville and all over the country that as a nation with liberty as our slogan, we have zero tolerance for their violence, their hatred, and their discrimination. We must resist." Later, MTV rebooked President Donald Trump's recent comments about potentially prohibiting transgender people from serving in the military by inviting active duty transgender military service members to the stage. MTV President Chris McCarthy said to CNN in a statement, "Any patriot who is putting their own life at risk to fight for our freedom and stand for equality is a hero at MTV and to young people everywhere." Aside from the political statements, music was still the focus of the night. Lamar and Ed Sheeran were the big winners of the night, with the rapper winning Best Video of the Year for Humble and the Irish singer-songwriter taking home Best Artist of the Year honors. Sheeran said in his acceptance speech, "This is my only second ever VMA. Thank you to all the fans. Thank you to my record label, Jason Kino, who made my video on this album. Yeah, cheers." Humble also won several technical awards, including Best Director, Best Cinematography, and Best Art Direction. DJ Khaled beat out several bright young stars, including Kodak Black, to win Best New Artist. And Pink was presented with the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award for a 17-year career that has earned several VMA Award nominations. Filmmaker Matt Reeves clarified on Twitter that his upcoming superhero film, The Batman, takes place within Warner Bros. DC Extended Universe. Reeves wrote after a July interview he gave with the podcast The Business, "Just to be clear, of course, Batman will be part of the DC Universe. Batman will be Batman," stating that gaining traction due to the director stating that The Batman is a standalone that isn't part of the Extended Universe. Reeves' earlier comments made headlines as Warner Bros. Announced the creation of a new DC Comics film label that will stand apart from their ongoing extended universe, starting with a Joker origin film produced by Martin Scorsese and directed by Todd Phillips. The new DC Comics banner is being created to allow the studio to tell unique stories using different actors in the title roles. The DC Extended Universe includes such films as Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, and the forthcoming Justice League, and now The Batman, among others. Reeves continued on Twitter, "In my comments for a while back about not being part of the DC universe, I was talking about The Batman being a story specifically about Batman." And he also said, not about the others in the universe, that it wouldn't be filled with cameos serving other stories, that it would be a Batman story. The Batman currently has no release date and is set to star Ben Affleck as the Dark Knight. Recently, the actor's brother, Casey Affleck, said that Ben would not be returning to the role after Justice League. However, a rep for Casey stated that he was having fun when he made the comments and was not, quote, "speaking from a place of first-hand knowledge." Casey's comments came after Ben denied reports that he was ditching the Batman role days before he took the stage to present Justice League at Comic-Con. Ben said during the event, let me be clear, I'm the luckiest guy. Batman is the coolest part in any universe, DC, Marvel. I am so thrilled to do it. I know there's been these misconceptions that because I'm not directing it, that maybe I wasn't enthusiastic about it. It's still amazing. I still can't believe it after 2 films. In a related story, Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins has responded to comments fellow filmmaker James Cameron has made about her superhero film on Twitter. Jenkins wrote Thursday, after Cameron called the DC Comics epic a step backwards for women in film, James Cameron's inability to understand what Wonder Woman is or stands for to women all over the world is unsurprising. As though he is a great filmmaker, he is not a woman. Jenkins continued, strong women are great. He praised of my film Monster, and our portrayal of a strong yet damaged woman was so appreciated. But if women have to always be hard, tough, and troubled to be strong, and we aren't free to be multidimensional or celebrated as an icon of women everywhere because she is attractive and loving, then we haven't come very far, have we? She also stated that I believe women can and should be everything just like their male lead characters should be. There's no right or wrong kind of professional woman, and the massive female audience who made the film a hit that it is can surely choose to judge their own icons of progress. Cameron discussed his feelings towards Wonder Woman Thursday in an interview with The Guardian. He says all of the self-congratulatory backpatting Hollywood's been doing over Wonder Woman has been so misguided. She's an objectified icon, and it just male Hollywood doing the same old thing, he says before referencing to his female character Sarah Connor from the Terminator franchise. Cameron continued, I'm not saying I didn't like the movie, but to me, it's a step backwards. Sarah Connor was not a beauty icon. She was strong, she was troubled, she was a terrible mother, and she earned the respect of the audience through pure grit. And to me, the benefit characters like Sarah is so obvious. I mean, half the audience is female. Cameron is currently busy working on 4 sequels to Avatar, with the first additional set to arrive in December 2020. Sequel to Wonder Woman is set to arrive on December 13th, 2019, but Jenkins noted that the film will take place in the United States. 20th Century Fox says its untitled Steven Spielberg project about the Pentagon Papers is now known as The Post. Deadline.com said that the title is a nod to the Washington Post's 1971 publication of classified documents regarding the United States' involvement in the Vietnam War, starring Tom Hanks, Meryl Streep, Alison Brie, Carrie Coon, David Cross, Bruce Greenwood, Pat Healy, Tracy Letts, Bob Odenkirk, Sarah Paulson, Jesse Plemons, Matthew Reyes, Michael Straubach, and Bradley Whitford. The film is being penned by Liz Hannon and Josh Singer. It is set for a limited theatrical release December 22nd, Variety.com noted. Steve Carell enlists the help of his old military friends played by Bryan Cranston and Lawrence Fishburne to help bury his son in a new trailer for Last Flag Flying. The clip released Thursday features Carell deciding not to have his son, who served in the Marines, buried in Arlington Cemetery. With help from Cranston and Fishburne, Carell sets out on a road trip with his son's casket to bury him back home in New Hampshire. Carell asked Cranston in the trailer, "You know what amazes me about you? You turn the keys to your bar over to the guy who's asleep on your pool table, and then you jump in your car and you drive me to hell and gone, and you don't even know where we're going." The synopsis reads, in 2003, 30 years after they served together in the Vietnam War, former Navy Corps medic Richard Doc Shepard, played by Carell, reunites with ex-Marine Sal, played by Cranston, and Mueller, played by Fishburne, on a different type of mission to bury Doc's son, a young Marine killed in the Iraq War. It continues by saying, along the way, Doc, Sal, and Mueller reminisce and come to terms with shared experiences of the war that continues to shape their lives. Last Flag Flying is based on the novel of the same name by author Darrell Ponsensan. Director Richard Linklater, who co-wrote the script alongside with Posenek, Variety reported. The film, from Amazon Studios, is set to premiere at the New York Film Festival on September 28th before reaching selected theaters on November 3rd. Shia LaBeouf puts it all online as tennis pro John McEnroe faces off against his rival Bjorn Borg, played by Cyrano Gudnason, in the new trailer for the upcoming sports drama Borg McEnroe. Based on the true story, the film will highlight the competitors' famous Wimbledon finals battle in 1980, considered one of the greatest tennis matches of all time. The clip released Friday features LaBeouf and Gudnason getting ready for the big match as their polar opposite personalities are put on display. The synopsis reads, in the summer of 1980, and Bjorn Borg, played by Gudnason, is the top tennis player in the world, dominating the sport both on and off the court. A powerful and rigorously disciplined player, there is only one obstacle in his pursuit of a record-breaking 5th Wimbledon championship: the highly talented but ferociously abrasive young American John McEnroe, played by LaBeouf. Borg McEnroe, from director Janice Metz, will premiere on September 7th at the Toronto International Film Festival before it is released in the U.S. theaters in 2018, noted The Hollywood Reporter. LaBeouf said previously, about how he relates to Macaroni and his American Honey character Jake. Jake is me, so is Macaroni. That's it, man. I understand these people. I empathize with them. I get it. You turn things up and turn things down. It's me. A new poster for Stranger Things Season 2 pays homage to the 1979 sci-fi classic Alien. The poster released Thursday on Twitter features the egg scene in the drama's upside-down world, similar to how an egg is featured in the cover to Alien. The image also features a different version of Alien's signature tagline, "In space, no one can hear you scream," which has been changed to "In the upside-down, no one can hear you scream." The poster caption on Twitter, "This is Will Byers, the only survivor of the upside-down, signing on. #Stranger Thursdays begins now." The Alien tribute comes after the show previously pays homage to other classic movie posters from films such as Stand By Me, A Nightmare on Elm Street, and The Running Man. Stranger Things returns to Netflix on October 27th. The synopsis for Season 2 reads, It's 1984 and the citizens of Hawkins, Indiana are still reeling from the horrors of the Demogorgon and the secrets of Hawkins' lab. Will Byers has been rescued from the upside down, but a bigger, sinister entity still threatens those who survive. Spectre and London spy actor Ben Whishaw has signed on to star as Norman Scott opposite Hugh Grant's Jeremy Thorpe in the BBC's three-part drama A Very English Scandal. Written by Russell T. Davies and directed by Stephen Frears, the miniseries is based on the best-selling book by John Preston. It tells the true story of British politician Thorpe, who in 1979 was tried but acquitted of conspiracy to murder his ex-lover Scott. Davies said in a statement Friday, "It's a dream come true to work with Ben, one of Britain's finest actors, playing one of the history's most fascinating men." Piers Wenger, controller of BBC Drama, added, "Ben Whishaw is an extraordinary actor, and we are thrilled to announce that he will star opposite Hugh Grant in a scandalous real-life story for BBC One. I cannot wait to see this first-class British duo bring Russell's powerful script to life." HBO says it has ordered a second season of J. Mark Duplass's anthology series Room 104. The announcement was made Friday by Amy Gravitt, the Executive Vice President of HBO Programming. The show follows the experiences of characters who briefly inhabit one room of a typically looking American chain motel. Season 1 began airing last month. Gravitt said in a statement, "J. and Mark Duplass are gifted storytellers who have brilliantly reinvented the anthology series for the modern era. The format of Room 104 offers endless possibilities and opportunities for new talent to experiment, and I look forward to seeing where the series takes us." Added the Duplass brothers, the series creators, in their own statement, "We can't remember the last time we had so much fun making something. We're excited to go even further down the rabbit hole with this show." John Berthenol says he took a vow of silence to prepare to play a mute in Brendan Muldowney's Irish medieval drama Pilgrimage. The Walking Dead alum and the Punisher star told UPI when he first showed up to play his part in Pilgrimage, he and Muldowney decided he shouldn't speak for the first few weeks on and off set so that they could figure out exactly who this man is. Berthenol said, "And I did that, and I learned a lot about myself, and I think I really learned a lot about the character. The first thing I noticed is when you stop talking, obviously you hear a lot more. You see a lot more, but two, I think you really have to forgo your wants and your needs. We use our voice so much to ask for things, a glass of water, a banana, especially on a set when you have to stay in your place. I need to be excused for the bathroom. When you quit talking, anytime you really want something, you go through the process of saying, do I really want that? Do I really need that? And then for this character who has taken his vow of silence, and in my interpretation for the shame and the sort of inner torment of everything he has been through and everything he has done in the Crusades, you start asking yourself, do I deserve it? Do I deserve this thing that I want? And maybe I'll just be quiet and be penitent." And there's something there for me that was sort of really of the kernel of the character. The star admitted it was difficult to abstain from talking to his co-stars when the camera stopped rolling in those early days of production. He says, "We living in a place in Western Ireland on the coast 30 miles from any town. We lived all under the same roof. We ate our meals together. So for me, committing to this silent offset meant I was around everyone, but I couldn't just turn it off and go into a pub and have a conversation or a meal. I was with these guys, so I had to remain silent. So I I think in the beginning there was a real sense of mystery. A lot of these guys have never heard my voice, and I was spending all day, every day with them. They were always unbelievably respectful and kind, but I could tell also that was probably a little annoying because there's a guy sitting there at the dinner table every night. They're all having a beer, and I'm sitting there silent the whole time. Once he found his voice, however, he and the other actors quickly bonded. He says, I remember it was probably a week or maybe 10 days in on a Friday when we wrapped, and I decided to introduce myself to some of the members of the cast who I'd spent hours and hours and hours with, and it was funny. We got to know each other really well, and after I made the decision to say, okay, I've learned what I've learned from that, and now it's time to start talking, they all joked with me that they liked me a lot better when I was quiet. They were joking, but we all became enormously close, and there are unbelievable bonds in this movie. It happens on some movies, but it doesn't on others. But really deep relationships we forged on this. Guys that I'm enormously close with now. I consider them part of my family. We stay in touch, and we see each other all the time. Co-starring Tom Holland, Richard Armitage, Stanley Weber, Hugh O'Connor, John Lynch, and Roy Conroy, Pilgrimage is now in selected theaters and streaming via various video-on-demand platforms. It is set for DVD and Blu-ray release on October 10th. Blade Runner 2049 and La La Land star Ryan Gosling is to guest host the season 43 premiere of Saturday Night Live. Rapper Jay-Z, who recently released the blockbuster album 444, will be the musical act for the episode. The sketch comedy show is to return on NBC September 30th. Actress Gabrielle Gutierrez has been re-elected president and stunt woman Jane Austen chosen secretary-treasurer for the Screen Actors Guild American Federation of Television and Radio Artists. Their 2-year terms began this week. Gutierrez, who is best known for her work on the 1990s young adult soap Beverly Hills 90210, says, I'm deeply humbled that our members have entrusted me with the privilege and honor of continuing to lead our great union. During the campaign, I pledge to work every day to protect and empower our SAG-AFTRA members, and I will keep that commitment. I look forward to listening to all of our members, not just those who voted for me. We must continue to work together to truly realize our potential. Austin said, thank you, my fellow members, for exercising your right to vote and trusting me to represent your interests for another 2 years as the Secretary-Treasurer of SAG-AFTRA. It is an honor to continue the work that has been set in motion and to provide transparency in union activities in order to achieve many more future successes on your behalf. The organization's executive vice president, as well as the 7 vice president positions, are scheduled to be voted on by delegates at the SAG-AFTRA Biennial Convention, which takes place in Los Angeles October 5th to the 8th, a press note released. Actress Laura Previn has given birth to a daughter. People magazine said it confirmed the baby's news, but offered no details about where or when the child was born or what her name is. Us Weekly reported that new parents were enjoying dinner and cocktails at Out East in New York City Tuesday. Previn revealed the baby's gender during an appearance on Live with Kelly and Ryan in June. The actress told Kelly Ripa and Ryan Seacrest, it's kind of weird because it sneaked up on you when you're like, I can't believe it's been 8 months already, but then you're like, oh my God, she needs to come out already. Previn and Foster got engaged last fall. Kate Winslet says she and Titanic co-star Leonardo DiCaprio still quote lines from the 1996 movie to each other. The 41-year-old British actress discussed her longtime friendship with the 42-year-old American actor in an interview for the October issue of Glamour UK. Winslet told the magazine, you don't even want to know the last conversation we had because it was so funny and made me laugh so much. We found ourselves saying to each other, can you imagine if the world really knew the stupid things we say? She confessed, I'm not going to tell you what we actually talked about, but yeah, we were very, very close, and sometimes we do quote the odd Titanic lines back and forth to each other because only we can, and we find it really funny. Winslet and DiCaprio played ill-fated lovers Rose Bukater and Jack Dawson in Titanic, with Billy Zane as Rose's villainous fiancé Cal Hockley. The trio reunited at DiCaprio's annual Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation dinner in July. Zane joked, "Gang's back together, now we're saving icebergs, go figure," joked of the event, which raised funds for environmental causes. Winslet and DiCaprio also co-starred in the 2008 drama Revolutionary Road. The actress said during an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live in February 2016 that fan enthusiasm for their films has been lovely. She says, people are always so excited to see Leo and myself in the same space, which, at the end of the day, that's so lovely. It's been 20 years since Titanic. The star added, it's really quite endearing, and we do laugh about it. We were giggling about it last night. People still get so overwhelmed with the Jack and Rose thing. Winslow will next star in The Mountain Between Us with Idris Elba. Travis Beachman has announced he is working on Carnival Row, a new TV series starring Lord of the Rings and Pirates of the Caribbean icon Orlando Bloom. The writer and producer tweeted Friday, massive hashtag Carnival Row news, you guys. Orlando Bloom is Inspector Rockcroft Straight, hashtag American Original, hashtag Legendary. The Hollywood Reporter says that the 8-episode project from Legendary Television is to begin filming this fall for a 2019 streaming debut. Renee Echeverria is writing and executive producing the series, while Paul McGillian is set to direct and executive produce alongside Beacham. Bloom will play a police detective in the fantasy noir drama. Passing to report, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Poltergeist director Tobe Hooper has died at the age of 74. The Los Angeles County coroner confirmed Hooper's Saturday's death to Variety, but did not disclose details regarding the circumstances. The Texas native and father of 2 sons also helmed the 1979 TV miniseries adapted of Stephen King's Salem's Lot, and 1986 the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Additional credits include Life Force and Invaders from Mars, as well as the music video for Billy Idol's Dancing with Myself. Deadline.com said that the last film Hooper directed was 2013's Jing. He was 74. Television personality Bill Nye is suing the Walt Disney Company and its various subsidiaries over royalties he says he is owed for a show, Bill Nye the Science Guy. The Los Angeles Times says Nye filed a lawsuit Thursday claiming he was denied $9 million in profits from the popular program, which initially ran from 1993 to 1998 on PBS. He also said that the defendants earned about $28 million in profits for his work. Deadline.com quoted defendant Buena Vista Televisions as saying in a statement Friday responding to the suit, this lawsuit is a publicity ploy, and we look forward to vigorously defending it. The BBC says it's working on a 25th anniversary special and new season's episodes featuring Steve Coogan as Alan Partridge. Shane Allen, the controller of BBC Comedy, announced this week with the British network's plan to bring the fictional and hilariously inept interviewer back to television. The 25th anniversary program is set to air before the end of the year, and fresh episodes are slated to debut in 2018. The character has appeared in numerous formats over the years, including a radio show, TV sitcom, mini episodes, and a feature film. Allen said in a statement, Alan Partridge is in the top tier of comedy characters of all time. It fills my comedy heart with joy to welcome him back to the BBC One and BBC Two. Taylor Swift has released the first new single for her upcoming 6th studio album, Reputation, titled Look What You Made Me Do. The track arrived Thursday alongside an animated lyric video a day after the singer announced that Reputation would be arriving in November. Swift has been teasing a big announcement this past week on social media with a series of videos featuring a snake. Swift sings, I don't like your little games, I don't like your titled stage, the role you made me play of the fool, no, I don't like you. Without mentioning Kanye West by the name, the lyric appears to be directed towards the rapper, who used a titillating floating stage during his St. Pablo tour in 2016. Swift and West have a long history together, with their feud reigniting following the release of West's Life of Pablo track, Famous, which featured the choice lyrics, I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex, why I made that bitch famous. The pop star says she took issues with the use of the word bitch and denounced the song. Months later, West's wife Kim Kardashian shared a video on Snapchat featuring Swift speaking with West on the phone, where she approved of the recording, but not the use of the word bitch. Swift said in response to Famous, you don't get to control someone's emotional response to being called that bitch in front of the entire world. Reputation will be released on November 10th and is now available for pre-order. Swift has partnered with Target to release 2 72-page magazines alongside the album that features exclusive poetry, photos, and artwork, Rolling Stone magazine reported. And finally, The Hitman's Bodyguard is the #1 movie in North America for a second weekend, earning $10 million in receipts. BoxOfficeMojo.com announced Sunday. Coming in #2 is Annabelle Creation with $7.4 million, Leap in #3 with $5 million, Wind River at #4 with $4.4 million, and Logan Lucky at #5 with $4.4 million. Rounding up the top tier are Dunkirk at #6 with $4 million, Spider-Man Homecoming at #7 with $2.7 million, Mayweather vs. McGregor at #8 with $2.6 million, Birth of the Dragon at #9 with $2.5 million, and The Emoji Movie at #10 with $2.4 million. And as your entertainment report for Monday, August 28th, 2017, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.